Hey, what's up, guys? Thomas Apodaca here with another kettlebell instructional video for you. Today, we're going to go and cover the kettlebell alternating chest press. I have a video on the actual chest press. Here's a variation where there's some key things you want to remember when you're doing the chest press for safety, for safe shoulders, and to get the most out of the press for your chest. All right. So let's come over here. I'm going to show you the chest press here, the variation. So what I'm going to show you here is going to be some things you need to pay attention. All right, three keys here. 3 parts of the chest press that you really need to pay attention to that are important for shoulder health. All right, 1, you want to make sure your shoulders are depressed. You're not shrugging up when you're pressing the bells. All right, when you're laying back, if you shrug up, you're going to strain your shoulders. You're going to strain your neck. All right, so pack those shoulders down. I'll show you what that looks like in a second. Second is going to be, because we're alternating the chest press, you want to make sure your bottom hand is strong, position, squeezing that kettlebell, and instead of just hanging the bell there, because the bell is going to be moving around. We're not moving around, but the bell is not a centered, as you could tell, centered piece of equipment. So it's going to be there hanging. You want to make sure it's firm and it's not just hanging to the side, because you can strain your wrist or you can hurt that shoulder. So that's the second part. Then third part is going to be focusing on squeezing the chest at the top and pulling the bell down when you're doing it. All right. So I'll go over what those look like in a second. So I'll break those down. All right. And of course, the most important part, or one of the most important parts to protect your lower back, is squeezing your abs, squeezing that core so that on the mat, your lower back is touching the floor. All right. So I'm going to show you what those look like. All right. Let me flip my watch, my things around here. So first thing is, you want to make sure the bells, so double bells, double chest press alternating. You want to make sure the bells are at each side of you here. All right. And so the setup is important. But before we get to that, before we get the bells here, we want to make sure our abs are braced. All right. So like I said, that's one of the most important parts. You want to brace your core so your lower back is on the ground. You shouldn't be able to, if you try to reach your hand into that, you can't get through. While I'm relaxed, I can move my hand through. So there's that variation. Keep your core engaged, and it's going to protect your lower back, all right? Second part. So that's one of the most important parts, keep that lower back safe. All right, so the setup. So before we get to the setup, you want to make sure you have the bells positioned correctly, because if you don't have the bells positioned correctly, you're going to strain your shoulders. You can pull something, try to get those bells here, because again, it's not a dumbbell. You can't just bring them up here and lay on the back on the bench press. You have to get the bells up safely into that position. And how do you do that? First off, you go to the get up position. So bells on the side here. You pick up the bell here. Okay, roll to the side. All right, there's my first one right there. And then this bell, you're going to curl it up just like a bicep curl. All right, so you're going to curl it up. So let me show you from the other side. So as you see, I want you to make sure first that you have the bells in a position that's optimal. That didn't feel right. See the angle. You don't want to force that. I could pull a shoulder. So let me show you from this side. The reason is, as you get your bell to the side, here it should feel all right, nice and strong. And then this bell here, okay, you're going to be curling it up into that position. All right. So let me show you what this on that bell. On this other bell here, so you have your bell up, you pull this bell to this position, and then the other arm, you're going to use your arm and you're curling it up, all right? So that's what the other one looks like. So from this side, again, first bell, get up position, get to that strong position here, and then this bell, like I just showed you, you're going to curl it into position, all right? So now I'm in the chest press position, all right? Before you press the bell up, as I just mentioned in the beginning, you want to brace your abs on the ground. Squeeze them on the ground, all right? And as you press the bell overhead, you want to make sure that your abs stay braced and that you're squeezing the bells as you press them overhead, all right? They come up overhead, bring it back down, all right? As your abs are engaged, your breathing is going to be important. So inhale, abs tight. As you exhale, you press the bells overhead. All right, chest engaged. And as my first part, you're gonna lower it down nice and slow. Tap your arm to the ground, your elbow to the ground, and then you reset the bells, all right? Squeezing that chest at the top. Squeeze it up. So the bells, because of their shape, they're gonna, your chest is gonna be contracted the whole time because the bells are trying to pull to the sides. That's why you have to squeeze that chest really hard and then control the bells down to position, all right? And then you would lay them down this way. That's how you set them down to the side, all right? So I'll show you from the other side. So what that looks like. So as you know, I come to the side here, I pick up the bell, I'm here, and then I curl the bell up into position, all right? Once I do that, my abs are braced, my lower back's on the ground, all right? I'm squeezing the handles really hard. And as I press, I'm squeezing my chest intentionally together, contracting my chest, all right? And then as I come down, I'm bringing them down, all right? That's the chest press. Now let's add the alternating part, all right? Here's the part that's important, all right? Once you get the bells in position, you wanna make sure that other arm, so this is the case, my right arm, I'm squeezing that bell hard. It's not, my wrist isn't bending back, nice and strong, as I press the left side, lower down controlled, and then I press the right side, lower down controlled. Exhale on the way up, inhale, and then up and down. Again, same thing applies. Contract the chest at the top, squeeze your chest. It's my chest, if you can see, is shaking. It's because it's trying to stabilize that bell overhead. That's the beauty of the kettlebell. Because it's off-centered, your chest has to work harder to stabilize it. Bring it down, press it up, right? Always roll it under control, don't drop it down, and then when you're done, just lay them back. Let them drop, just like that, all right? So there's the alternate chest press, guys. Focus on that, work on the technique before you go high reps, all right? Use a weight that you can control. These are 20s, but you can use 16s. I would start with those, but I want you to focus on 3 to 5 reps, just getting that alternating down, because and the reason I covered the chest press itself is because I want you to make sure you have the fundamentals down for the press, all right? Once you do that, I have another video on that. You can check that out on the actual chest press. I want it to be more a video up close. You could see me actually doing the press and make sure you do it correctly, and and so you know the keys, what to look for and what to feel like for when you're doing it yourself. Again, so first thing is get into balance to position. It's gonna be the get up position here. Break it down again. Bell's right here. Here, you use both hands. Boom, and then position here. All right. Then the other hand's gonna curl it up, which I'll show you here so you can see. Just so you know, you're super clear on what to do here. So once I bring this bell to this position, right, I'm curling this bell. So bring here, and then bicep curling this bell into position here. Then I'm ready to go, all right? Then again, abs engaged. And then because this is the alternating curl, you go left, control it down, squeezing the other hand on the ground, or the one that's on the bottom, down, just like that, okay? You're just alternating. And then remember, shoulders packed down. Don't shrug, pack them down into the sockets. Press, press. All right, and then when you're done, you lay it down. So that's the alternating press, guys. Again, going through the setup like I just showed you. Keep your abs braced, core. You shouldn't be able to, if you can reach your hand underneath your lower back here, it's not braced. I want you to crunch it down, keep those abs nice and tight so you can't slip your hand to there. And then you're gonna curl it up, get up, curl, position, keep those abs braced. And then as you alternate, I want you to first shrug, anti-shrug, so pack your shoulders down in the sockets. And then you're going to press. As you squeeze this other bell hard, control it down, press, control it down, press, control it down. All right, Make sure it's always under control and you're squeezing the bell and you're actively pulling down as you do each press, right? As you bring the bell down, you're controlling. You're not just dropping it down, all right? I'll show you one more time just how that looks, okay? So curl the bell. Bell should be about by your hips. You could just curl it up, all right? So abs engaged, squeeze, press. And I'm pulling actively down as I squeeze this other hand on the right arm, press, and then I pull down nice and controlled. Exhale, make sure your abs are braced and controlled. If you need to take another breath, brace the abs, press it up. Control it down, nice and pull down, all right? Each rep should be nice and controlled, and you're rotating your palm forward about 45 degrees, not fully towards the wall in front of you, but at an angle, as you can see on this arm here. Just like that. Let the ball rotate. Fully locked arm, full contracted tricep, straight arm at the top every time. My chest is shaking. If you could, once you do this, you're gonna be able to feel what I'm talking about because the bell's off-centered. That's an excellent chest workout. You pull it down, controlled, and lay it back. All right, so there's alternating chest press for you guys. Check that out, try that, give it a go. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments below. Again, if you haven't seen my chest press, just the chest press video, go check that out. This one, I wanted to improve the angle of the video so you could see me actually going through the movement and how my chest is working, and also how the bells are positioned and how I'm gripping it, instead of behind me like the other video was. But if you haven't seen that, check that out. It's in detailed as well. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments below. Like I said, try this one out. Start light. Start with 12 or 16 kilo bells, 26 to 35 pound bells, and just, go through the technique, guys. Getting set up, like I said, get up, curl, positioned, bracing those abs. You should not feel your hands if you slip them underneath your lower back. You cannot feel those because your abs should be right on the lower back. Your abs should be engaged and your lower back should be really against the mat or the floor. And then squeeze hard, press up. Okay, this planted hand should be squeezing that bell on the ground, stabilizing. And then you control it, lower it down, press up, lower it down, press up, lower it down, press up. All right. So this is a variation to the kettlebell chest press. One of my favorite exercises is the chest press, the floor press, and all the different variations that come with that. I'll have another video on another variation for the kettlebell chest press. You can check that out. First, get down the fundamentals. Check this out. We watch this video, try it out, practice. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments below. If you haven't seen my other video on the chest press, basic chest press, kettlebell chest press, check that one out as well. Until then, have an awesome day. Train strong, train smart. Get your kettlebells going, guys. Let's do this. Have an awesome day.